In today's video, we're going to be going over 6 of my favorite photography apps. Hello and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Leah. I'm a portrait photographer here in Ohio. I wanted to show you guys some of my favorite apps that I like to use for things like Instagram and just for my business. I do have an iPhone and use Apple products, but if you do have an Android, I'm sure they make something very similar or the same thing. Starting off with the first one is an Instagram planning app. Preview is an Instagram planning app that will basically let you plan out your feed, schedule posts, and write captions. You can do all of this through their mobile app, and if you have the premium subscription, you're also able to plan your stuff out on a desktop version. And I just decided to have my free account, which is my personal Instagram, and then my business account on a premium plan. If you watched my previous video on my channel about the 4 Instagram planning apps that I tried out, you'll see that I chose later in the end, but it's really funny because I actually went back to Preview, and that's what I currently use now. If you want to learn more about Preview and all the other different apps that I tried out, make sure to click the I in one of these corners. I forget which one it is in, but you can learn all about the ones that I liked. Preview was definitely one of my favorites, but I just think it's funny I switched back to Preview in the end. Next up is a pretty obvious one that a lot of people know about anyway, but Lightroom. Now, I use Lightroom to edit my professional photography for my clients. I use that on my desktop through the Adobe Cloud subscription, but of course they also have the mobile version as well, which allows me to travel and still be able to edit my photos on the go. Super smart for them to be able to do that because I now really enjoy editing my travel photos on my iPad. But of course you can do it on your phone, however I found that it takes up a lot of storage, so be careful with that. Lightroom is one of the best editing apps out there. There's just nothing like it. You're allowed to do everything you can on the desktop version, on the mobile version. It's just a little bit harder interface because you are on such a smaller screen if you're on your phone. On an iPad though, I have really enjoyed using the Apple Pencil though to kind of adjust and brush over any masks that I need to. I actually think I enjoy masking on my iPad more than my computer. I still think I would go with my computer anyway to edit bunches of galleries. I believe Lightroom is free up until a certain point. I don't remember when it it's either your storage fills up or you can't use all of the features. I honestly don't remember which one. Since I do have the Adobe Cloud subscription, then it was no problem for me to have it on my phone. If you're a photographer, you probably already know about this, but if you're just kind of getting into photography and stuff, check out Lightroom. Next up, we're going to talk about Acuity. I think on the actual app, it's called Admin Scheduling, but it's Squarespace's scheduling system. Acuity is what I use to schedule and book my clients. I have the app on my iPad that I'm able to use when I'm at the shoots and making sure that their deposit is paid, that I have all the client information, but otherwise I mainly use it on my desktop, which is also great that everything kind of connects together. So far, all 3 of the apps that I've talked about all connect from my phone, iPad, and computer, all working together at the same time. iPad has kind of become like my phone for my business. My phone overheats and makes my hands hurt. You have no idea. I feel like there's something wrong with it. My iPad is basically the one space that I do all of these different apps on, but it's also possible on the phone, so that just makes it great. I'm not going to do a deep dive into Acuity, but it is just like any of the other scheduling systems where you can book your clients, they can pay their full shoot prices, they can do forms, questionnaires, all of that different stuff is all included in Acuity. For only about $16 a month, it's a great way for me to just have that off my back and make sure that my clients have an easy time scheduling their shoots, and it's worked well for me. Next up, we're going to talk about something called Photo Picker. I actually recently found this app a couple of weeks ago when I was trying to see if I could do the stars from plugging in my hard drive to my iPad. You could also definitely download on your phone though if you're someone who goes through and doesn't want to favorite them in your camera roll. This is an alternative you could use. The app is called Photo Picker, and it's basically a way for you to do exactly what Adobe Bridge will let you do, but on your iPad. It is a subscription-based app, but I believe it's only $2.99 a month, or you can buy it for a single price I'll put on the screen right here. It lets you basically go through and star all the images that you want to use. The only downside is though you cannot work from a hard drive plugged into your iPad, so you do have to import the photos to your iPad directly, and then you can go through and star them and export them as so, or put them into Lightroom. However, I think it's been a great way for me to just quickly go through whenever I do a fun shoot for myself. It's an easy way for me to have basically Adobe Bridge on my iPad. Adobe, please put Bridge on the iPad, that would be so nice. But Photo Picker has worked pretty much the same exact way, so I'm not complaining. Next up, we're going to talk about Cascable. I actually looked up on YouTube because I was really interested to see if I could tether my iPad to my camera. Because my camera has a USB-C cable import and my iPad is also USB-C, I was really wondering if you could actually find an app that would allow you to tether it to each other. I had a shoot where I needed to have a viewfinder available for the client to look at the photos as we were shooting. I don't have a laptop that really works right now. My desktop is my main way to do everything in my business, so I was trying to figure out if there was a way my iPad could be that, but not through Canon's Bluetooth app because I just don't like it. I came across a YouTube video of someone explaining of the app Cascable. Cascable is also another subscription-based app, but again, it's at a cheaper price point, and I'm pretty sure you can also buy it for a set amount that I will try and find and put on the screen. I bought on Amazon a USB-C to USB-C super long cable so that I could really tether it and make sure that it wasn't too small to where the client had to, you know, like walk with me while we're shooting. It worked okay. The only problem that I didn't like is the fact that it would turn off whenever I turn my camera off. I'm really used to turning my camera off to save battery whenever I'm at a shoot, and every time I turned it off I would have to reconnect and press a button on my iPad to reconnect it to the Cascable app. However, I think it's still a great option to be able to connect your iPad to camera. The only thing I will say, it does not focus when you tap on the screen like the Canon app does, where you can focus on a specific point where you tap. It's basically just a live feed view of what your camera is seeing in the iPad. You can do things like changing the settings in the app itself on your camera, so it's just like a easier way to go back and forth for someone who's just watching on a screen and wants to be able to review the pictures afterwards. I'm super impressed that there is an app that allows you to tether, because I don't really think there is any other ones on the market that I know of. I just thought it was one I wanted to include in case nobody knew about it, because it's great. The last app we're going to talk about is called SCRL. For short, SCRL, and I honestly didn't get that connection until I really looked at it and I was like, oh my gosh, that literally means scroll. Scroll is probably something you've seen on a lot of other Instagram posts. It is basically a way for you to create panoramas and have that cool scrolling feature where everything connects into one big picture. I was so confused on how people were able to do that, because I thought it looked so cool the way they would include wedding details with the bridal portraits and the bridal party. I came across SCRL and I figured that was probably the best one. It is free. It lets you create a giant panorama carousel scroll that you can save and then upload to Instagram. It has been a really fun way for me to be able to get creative, and you get to include more pictures, which I think is also super awesome as well. Alright guys, that is my 6 favorite photography apps that I like to use. I also wanted to thank you guys so much for over 100 subscribers. I know that might seem very small to some people, but to me that is a huge accomplishment, and I am so thankful for everyone's support. I'm super excited to keep staying consistent with YouTube. I have really enjoyed getting to upload videos and just getting to talk to people in the photography world. I think it's really cool the way that we can all connect together and learn from each other. I'm also really excited for upcoming videos. I'm going to Florida in the next couple of weeks, which means there is going to be a lot of Florida content, which I am so excited about. I'm really excited to do more cinematography based videos, and I'm also filming a couple vlogs while we're going there as well. If you want to stay updated with me and my trip, make sure you follow me on Instagram right here on this side at Leah G Davies, and if you want to stay updated with my business and photography work, you can follow me at Leah Davies Photography. I have a lot of upcoming projects that I am really excited to start posting, so make sure you follow those so you never miss out. If you want to learn more about any of the different apps, I will put their app link in the description down below so that you can go and find out more information and do your own research. I will also have my 4 best Instagram planning apps video linked down in the description below so that you can figure out which one you like the best. Alright guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. I have loved seeing all the different comments and thumbs up on my videos recently, which has just made me feel so special and so much support, which is really awesome. Even if it's a little, it's a lot to me, so it's really cool. If you have any other apps that you like to use, make sure to comment down below so that I can use them as well and we can all share the wealth. And of course, if you never want to miss out on any more videos from me, I post every Friday. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again in the next one.